Before we get to the video, if you would like to help me stop the madness, then please visit madnessnation.net to get all of your merchandise, or simply hit the link in the description below to donate. Remember, I cannot stop the madness without you. Madness.
All right. Welcome to the hottest crime show on the net. Stop the madness, crime news, madness. Now, we got some updates going on now. Y'all know this is one of the biggest, upcoming trials that's about to go on next to the Diddy trial. I got some information on that Diddy trial too coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. But Karmelo Anthony has been charged with murder, madness. Now, this is one of those type of situations that then took the country by storm, and it has definitely turned into a race issue. I mean, the majority of the black people is going with Karmelo and believing that, hey, he was bullied. He shouldn't have been bullied. This is what happens when you try to bully people, and he should be let go. And then you got a lot of the white people that is siding with Austin, saying, well, he never bullied him, or even if he did bully him, that's no reason for you to take somebody's life. And this is one of those type of situations that has really divided the country, madness. But regardless of what side you on, Karmelo has been charged. He has been indicted on first-degree murder. Now, apparently, what they saying is they didn't see the tape. So some of these people has seen some type of recording of the situation. And from them seeing that, they was able to come to this conclusion that they was going to indict Karmelo Anthony. Now, they didn't came out and said, and this is the people for Austin. It says, for weeks, my team has been presenting evidence to the grand jury. Today, I summarized the evidence and I asked the grand jury to return a first-degree murder indictment against Karmelo Anthony, which they did. Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis said, with that indictment, the case now moves formally into the court system, he said. From this point forward, we'll continue doing our part fully and fairly to pursue justice under the law. The trial schedule will be set by the court, but when the time comes, we will be ready. Madness. Now, Karmelo Anthony and them was claiming self-defense, but whatever evidence that they were showing the grand jury, which they saying is a video of the altercation, obviously that was enough for the grand jury to move forward with the indictment. Because that's what happens. You take the evidence to the grand jury, and based on that evidence, that grand jury decides if you brought forth enough evidence to warrant an indictment. And in this case, they have. Now it says, in response to the indictment, Karmelo Anthony attorney, he posted a video and he said, today's indictment is an expected and routine step in the legal process. He said, adding that there is an indictment in nearly every felony case. And then he said, only in a trial that the full story can be heard and that impartial justice can be done. We expect that when the full story is heard, the prosecution will not be able to rule out reasonable doubt that Karmelo Anthony may have acted in self-defense. Madness. This is going to be a situation. One person had already lost their life. One person already lost their life, which is Austin Metcalf. But this is about to be another situation where Karmelo Anthony may lose his life as well if he's found guilty on these charges. Now, also, apparently they're not seeking the death penalty. It says Karmelo Anthony won't face the death penalty. But the victim dad said he would have 100% supported it if he was 18. Now, I don't care what the situation is. And of course, you hope that you're never in a situation like this. But I know if anything was to happen to anybody close to me, I'd definitely be going for the death penalty. I would have been pushing for that, because it's too many times that people get to take somebody's life and then just get to go on with their life, or get 3 years, get 10 years, and get to go on with their life like everything is cool. But that other person who got their TV turned off will never be able to be here again. Madness. But once again, this is a certain type of situation where Karmelo Anthony is saying, hey, I was acting in self-defense. If he wouldn't have been being a bully, none of this would have never happened. What do you think? Do you think Karmelo Anthony is guilty? And take the color out of it. With situations like this, and you giving, your opinions on the situation, you got to take the color out of it. Because like I said at the beginning, this type of trial right here has already divided the country. The majority of the black people is saying, hey, Karmelo Anthony acted in self-defense, even though they wasn't there. And the majority of the white people is saying, no, that ain't what happened. Karmelo Anthony is just a gangbanger who decided to take someone's life over something, even though they wasn't there. But then you hear people who allegedly was there giving accounts. Now, me personally, I didn't honestly heard both sides of the story. I didn't heard people that was claiming to be there that said that they was trying to jump Karmelo, they was bullying Karmelo, and they been bullying Karmelo, and that's the reason why he bought the weapon to the tent in the first place. And then I done heard the other side of people that was allegedly there that said none of that happened. They never tried to jump him. They wasn't about to beat him up. Maybe they had a conversation and then he just started going crazy. Madness. So we won't fully know what took place until this trial happens. And that's when all the information gonna start coming out. And we are allowed to change our mind. Whatever you feeling right now, you are allowed to change your mind with more information is made available. You may think that Karmelo is guilty right now. You may think he's not guilty right now, but as more evidence come out, you are allowed to change your mind. Madness. So Karmelo has been officially indicted on first-degree murder. They said that they were showing some evidence to the grand jury, which happens to be a video, and whatever was on that video was enough for the grand jury to come back and say that, nah, he needs to be charged with murder. And you got Karmelo Anthony lawyers coming out saying, listen, when we go to trial, everything's going to be put on the table. And they believe that the jury will be able to see that this was, in fact, a self-defense situation. We got to teach. Let's just hypothetically say that Karmelo Anthony wasn't getting bullied, or let's just say if he was about to fight, you got to teach your kids how to fight, because nobody wants to go through this whole situation that Karmelo Anthony is going through. And sometimes you just got to whoop a motherfucker without taking them out. But on the other hand, if he was being bullied and everything, and they did try to jump him, you may want to teach your children to not bully people and to not try to jump people, because you never know what that person may do. You never know when a person is at the edge. You don't push me because I'm close to the edge. You never know what's going to happen. You never know the day that you bullying somebody, that may be the day they snap. Now, I don't know if he was being bullied or not. Like I said, we'll find out when more information comes, because right now, all of us pretty much, we heard the story and we decided what side we was going to pick. But leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you believe Karmelo Anthony is guilty, or do you believe he is not guilty? Madness. Now remember, the madness is infectious. The madness is contagious. And the madness must be stopped. So remember, stop the madness, start the positivity. Y'all be safe. Madness.